Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 128.
128.
And we got some stuff to talk about. I see Ryan, you've got
I got my
primed plastic
Nutcracker
right in front of you.
Yes, we'll get into that.
Yep.
The weather's kind of bad today, so
Yeah.
but I'll be talking about some other stuff.
Okay, I got some stuff to show here
Yes,
as well
you
as some new
do.
stuff that came in, but I understand you want to talk a little bit of the contest that
That's
we have
correct.
going on right now.
Just a reminder to
Okay.
people who don't know that we are running a big competition on the
Yes,
site.
we are.
There will be a link under the video. I think we've covered most of the questions on our YouTube channel or on Facebook or on the blog group.
Yep.
So people have already started posting heaps. There's a lot of good stuff going up. Make sure you check that out, comment, like. And yes, so we're going to do things differently, yeah?
We are going to do things differently. Like usually this part of the show, I say, let's take a look at what just came in. And we talk about what has now come in the store. But we're going to kind of take it a little step further. And we're going to talk about new stuff that's kind of just been announced.
Yeah,
Stuff that's just new. Like it's not in yet, but we just are aware of it now. So let's talk about stuff that's been put up on our site.
Yep.
And some of it has created a huge amount of buzz. For example, the Super Street Fighter video game thing. Now, let's talk about that. So yeah, Ryan, this thing is like a 1/12 scale.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Super Street Fighter arcade game. And it's basically like a 1/12 scale size arcade version of the Super Street Fighter, which you would find in the arcades in Japan way back when.
Yes, and one guy she mentioned, which was quite a good idea, is you could mod this kit and have like a Game Boy screen on it.
Oh, okay.
Which you could enter in the competition actually, if you wanted to.
Stick an iPod in there. Robot Damashi Leo.
Yep.
The Leo. Now, a lot of people talk about the Leo when it comes to the model kits because we haven't seen an MG Leo. You know, we hadn't seen a Tallgeese up until recently either. So maybe the Leo is coming, but until that time, to get your hands on the Leo, you can always buy the Damashi.
Yeah, we had one guy on Facebook saying, "Where's the Leo? Where's the MG Leo?"
Where's
so
my Leo?
Actually, I'm very interested in this huge Zoids.
It is a Zoid. It's a monster thing. Yeah, the Gojulus.
Gojulus?
It's called it's a limited production, kind of I guess like the Iron Kong, just because of the size of the thing. But
it's like 32 centimeters high.
It's
I think.
Like
and expensive.
20,000 yen. But it's basically you're building Godzilla. A Zoid's Godzilla.
You're building a huge kit.
For people who love their Zoids and love their big stuff, like you can definitely get a box full of joy come in December.
Well, if we get enough in stock, maybe we should
we'll definitely have a look at it
inside.
when it comes on the show. Okay, now we talked about the stuff that's on the way. It's on our site now. You can pre-order it. Let's talk about what has come in.
Yes.
People who have pre-ordered these will be getting their email notifications. Actually, the first one we have is the HG kit, which we saw at the Shizuoka Hobby Show.
Very cool.
It's the Zogok, the unicorn version. Now, at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, if I remember correctly, they only had the prototype, so it was all white.
Ah, yes.
And when we put those pictures up on Facebook, people are saying, "Oh, I don't like that white color." Like some people thought that was the actual color. Are you sure that's the real kit? Well, it wasn't. Here's the real kit.
Yes.
And it definitely has a very unique color combination, and it kind of made me think of you, Ryan.
They stole my idea.
They did. Do you want to explain why this orangish, reddish, black has to do with you?
Yes. Well, let's talk about my Nutcracker.
Sure, I'll put this over here for now.
I'm going to do a special color styling that they chose.
Yes.
Which is an orange and the gunmetal black.
Okay, this is a true story. This is how it actually happened. I went in the warehouse to get the new Gundam kit that arrived today, and I passed Ryan, who had just come from the paint rack, and he was carrying the colors that he had chosen. And he said, "Oh, I've chosen the gunmetal and the orange. I think it'd be a pretty crazy combination." And I said, "You're right." And then I picked up this box and went, "Look!" So now we kind of have a template to follow. It definitely, is striking, and I think it actually works in some regards. Like I think it works in the Zogok. So I'm thinking it's probably going to work on your Nutcracker.
Do a bit more than just the spray painting, but kind of the idea, and you guys can tell me what you think, is the turret and like a centimeter of the base.
Yeah.
So the rest will be gunmetal except those parts.
Yeah.
And I've also picked up this, which is Scenic Rust.
Scenic Rust.
Which is something you apply and then it makes rust 8 hours later.
Yeah. Like real rust.
So it looks, well, I'm going to test it out and I'll be sure to do it on camera. Not today though.
Yeah.
I've got to spray paint my stuff, but I'm pretty excited to have like this weathered orangey
it's definitely
gunmetal.
a contrast to what you did, for example, with your wave kit, with the kind of the camo, or the tank you did with the camo. It's a very subdued color. This is going to be
like if you want to shoot at me
in front of your eyeballs.
You can't miss me.
That's right.
You can't miss
Just
me.
aim for between the orange.
Aim for the orange.
Okay.
I probably will do maybe a bit of a skull on here, just to upset the people who said not to.
Yeah, good. I like doing that too.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what the plans are.
And we're still going to paint on the runner, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We will be spraying next week on the runner.
Providing the weather
It's rainy
cooperates.
season.
We've had a lot of rain and tornadoes and an earthquake. So yeah.
Don't worry,
gods are
your products are
conspiring
safe.
against
They're
the
safe. Don't
Nutcracker.
worry, don't email us.
It's all good. Oh, no, the warehouse is fine. Compared to the one 2.5 years ago, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. It was just kind of whoa.
Yeah, it was a
But,
bit of a shaker.
The tornado kind of ripped through a certain area.
Yeah.
Did some damage, but not here, thank goodness.
Now,
okay, is that all you want to talk about
Yes.
the Nutcracker? We're good? We can look forward to some paint next week?
Absolutely.
So I will put the Zogok Nutcracker color.
Yeah, I'll use this as
Somewhere
reference.
And let's talk about Valvrave. Now, this is the other kit that came in today.
Yes.
It is the Valvrave, it is the Hito, the Valvrave I,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the Innocent Zero version. So it's kind of a reverse color. The previous one is that black and red predominantly with some white. This is now white and red predominantly with some black. So it's basically the same kit. I'll pop it open here. Well, for the most part, it's going to be similar, right? It's kind of the same kit. This is the same runner. And this is the same runner as the original Valvrave Hito, but it's white instead of black. You know, we get that reverse color scheme. And it does look like, for the most part, the markings are pretty much the same as well, like the exact same marking sheet. I'll compare a little bit in a bit because it only has one white emblem here and then the red ones as opposed to, you know, all red emblems. So maybe a little bit different. The frame is going to be the same, as you can see here, and even this runner is the same with the red parts. So other than, you know, the white parts instead of black to make the reverse color, the Innocent Zero mode, it's the same kit, which is kind of cool because now people don't have to paint their original black Valvrave white to get that zero mode, so that's kind of cool.
So there's been a lot of love for Valvrave. I think a couple of kits are coming out.
Yeah, there's one coming at the end of the month as well.
Okay.
So 2 Valvrave kits this month. And we saw at the Chara Hobby event, which we'll talk about, the Chara Hobby event. They actually had quite a huge, not huge, but they actually had a large amount of Valvrave stuff there. It's very popular. They had a panel discussing it. They had like a huge version of one of the Hito, one of the models, one of the robots. And it occurred to me as I've seen all this stuff that we haven't really shown Valvrave on the show.
You have a surprise for us.
That's right. See, I decided, you know what? September seems to be the month of Valvrave, and I have some lull in my schedule. I'm going to actually put together one of these and we'll throw it on the show. So that's what I did in the last couple of days. I started putting together this, and I want to actually show people just how it goes together, what you can expect, and how it kind of is similar but different from a Gundam kit. So let me get that, and we'll go into some detail. Cool. So as you can see, Ryan, I've got almost a completed Hito here, almost a full person. I actually just went through and I built one side, and then I stopped before building the second half of it because I kind of want to show how the assembly goes. Before I actually start building in front of the camera, I thought I'd kind of take a minute to talk about what I discovered when I opened up the box, and you know what's similar to Gundam and what's not. One thing I noticed when I opened the box is when I pulled out the PC parts here. This is the PC-001 runner. This is the same PC runner you will find in almost every HG kit that is released these days. And I saw that and I was like, well, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to make an HG kit. Yeah, it's 1/144 scale. Yeah. Well, you can see it's slightly taller than a normal 1/144 scale Gundam. 1/144 might stand maybe up to here. Yeah. Depending on the suit. So it's a little taller. But there are some different design aspects to it as well. So I'm going to put together an arm, put together a leg, and then we'll talk about a lot of the other extra work you have to do. So I'm going to move this guy to the side here, and we're going to build the left arm. Now I've already done the upper arm here. This is, you know, easy enough. A couple frame parts. Here's the joint, you know, it plugs in there much like an HG kit. A couple armor parts, and now the lower arm. I've got all the parts I need here. Hopefully, let me just slap this together and make no mistakes.
How long did it take you to get to where you are?
Well, that's one thing I wanted to mention a little later on when I was talking about the stickers, because I'll show it right now. Then, look at the sticker sheet. Look at all that. Like, HG kits will never ever come with this amount of stickers. So the Valvrave already is pretty unique, and because you're working with like an HG quality kit, and there's a lot of different colors on this suit, but they can't make that many armor pieces. They give it to you in stickers. Okay. So you can see here, for example, here's the shoulder. Look at all the white on here. Yeah. That's all stickers. Here's the actual shoulder. I built the other one already. Yeah. Yeah. There's no white on there. But to
you
get
have to sticker it all.
to get the white on here, you have to sticker it. And in some areas, like this is one sticker, this is one sticker, this is one sticker, one here, one here. But in other areas, like you have to put 1 or 2 stickers just to cover an area. So it's actually a pretty intensive work because the sections are so small. I mean, it's not a master grade kit. And of course, the legs are even worse. So if I take these off here, you can see I've got this one sticker here, and then these stickers running up the side, in the front, as well as stickers on the back. And here is the absolute worst part. Not worst, but the most time consuming is because along the top here is one sticker, and then you have 1, 2, like 3 stickers along the bottom. So even this is pretty sticker intensive.
So stickering probably takes longer than assembly?
Probably. Like there's a sticker here. This is all one sticker here. These are stickers, and there's even stickers inside these really small. I don't know if you can get a shot in there. Yeah. But look, getting inside that little hollow, you put that sticker in, and then you cover it up with this green piece. And even the mouth, there's a sticker there. There's stickers all over this thing, and in a way, it's pretty time consuming, but it does add to the overall
very dynamic
effect. I mean, the suit is very extravagant on the show with all its colors, how they have it move. And if they were to give you just this red plastic, you kind of feel ripped off. Yeah, absolutely. So for them to give you all these stickers, it's actually a plus, a plus for the Valvrave kit. It's just you're going to be taking that much more time. But let's talk about assembly. As I mentioned here, I've got the upper arm joint, and pretty much this is the only armor piece for the whole bottom of the armor. Like if you look at this guy, they show you all this frame inside. So even though HGs we say it normally doesn't have frame, well, this is almost all exposed frame on a Valvrave mobile suit. So let's drop these together here. Just plug this baby in. Just gotta make sure I'm lining up my hollows properly. Otherwise I'm doomed. You can even drop these, how do you say? Only polycap for the wrist. It goes on here. Close this part up. And at first I was kind of confused because it's not like symmetrical. Like it is down here, yeah, it looks right. Here I'm like, wait, is this lined up properly? Am I sure this is how it works? But when you actually like slide it in, you can see it does connect. This line does continue across. So don't let that fool you. I mean, it's kind of a little bit different than what we normally expect from Gundam kits, but it still works. Drop this on here, and then it's okay to...
So it's a pretty straightforward build though?
It is pretty straightforward. You're going to spend your time putting on the stickers, as I mentioned. There's a couple, areas that have clear effect parts, but those go on easy enough. You don't really have to concern yourself with those. Just drop this in here. It gives you alternate hands as well. You can make the open hands and the weapon holding hands. And now I'll just plop this on here. Get the upper half finished at least. And it's actually pretty solid, even though it's just, HG style polycaps. It's actually pretty good. A lot of friction there. It's not going to flop around too much. Now for the leg, you can see that I've got the foot already assembled. And I've got the upper leg already assembled. And the hip joint is the same here. Pulls out, pulls in. But there's actually a polycap here, which will bend. So when it comes time to doing the left foot here, let me make sure I have the right part of the manual. What you do is you have this. This is similar to the arm in that it's showing frame. Right back here, it's showing this frame. It's actually part of the design. You're not neglecting to cover it up. And I just have to get the armor pieces now.
At the moment, are Valvrave kits only in 1/144 scale?
Yes, that's it for now. People have mentioned that they hope to see master grade. I guess it would be called 1/100 scale versions of these kits, but they would be a little bit bigger than a normal master grade, and I think Bandai is trying to figure out a way to get away from stickers. If they want to do that kind of style, they want to get away from stickers and let it mostly be plastic piece assembly, and I kind of can't blame them for that. So, and for the time being, Bandai's releasing them as the 1/144 scale HG style kits, and I just drop a polycap in here. It helps to have very small fingers, so if you're not Japanese, you might have a tough time. And plug it on here. And then I can just kind of plug it in here. But then you have to bend it down. So, it's bent down, and you can see that this is still all open in here. Well, that's where I come in with all my armor parts. Now, you can see on the right leg, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, this is one piece, this is one piece, this is one piece. But it kind of changes for the left leg. For some reason, they're not symmetrical. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more labor-intensive stuff here for the other leg. Let me just cut my pieces away here. And now I'm going to forego trying to put all the stickers on.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's something best left off of camera, because it takes so long, and because I'm a perfectionist, even one sticker I can take 3 minutes or so to put it on, because I'm trying my best to make sure that it's on straight in the exact right spot. It's a curse.
Curse.
It's a curse.
More stickers in the 3.0? No.
No, not more stickers in the 3.0, but they demand more of you.
Okay.
When we do like the RG or the 3.0, the stickers are plentiful, but it's pretty easy to get them in place.
Yeah.
It just, you have so many of them to put in place. With the Valvrave, it's not so easy to get them in place. Like they have to be on an edge, but the sticker isn't cut the same way a real grade sticker is. Like a real grade sticker is exactly the size it has to be to fit on a whole panel or something. That's not the case, of course, with the Valvrave. So a little bit more work effort is needed. But hey, the end result's the thing that counts, right? So
yeah, it looks good. I mean, once you have all the stickers on, it looks good.
Yeah, it definitely pops with those stickers on, that's for sure. And I need some more small red parts here. I'd done my best to try and get as much of the assembly built before I got on front of the camera, just to save time, but this part I couldn't escape from.
It's par for the course with plastic modeling.
That's right.
Isn't it?
Imagine. That's right. Imagine if you showed everything. We'd be here forever. Drop that on there. So you can see already it's gonna be having quite a bit of articulation. In the knee,
that's quite a bit actually.
Yeah, so it's cool. And even with the armor on, which I'm gonna drop on here right now, the articulation isn't really inhibited that much. So you can still get all the poses out of it. And they do include a stand, so you can do all those cool things. So last couple of red parts. And I'll just pop these out while I'm at it, because I'm going to need these two. But I will definitely not be sticking up this piece today, because that was the most time consuming of them all. Alright, this is what I need. 1, 2, 3, there you are. So let's match up these curves here. And there you go, and this one as well. And then we can drop these on. So I'll put this one first, I think it's probably easier. And then this one. Now, this has got this hollow here, which is meant for this. So you have to make sure this is closed properly. And it was a little tricky on the other leg for me to get the perfect angle, because it's round. You're trying to hold onto a round piece and push. So let's see how it goes this time. Well, that was much faster. So I can stick these guys on here. Go. And then I can stick this on here, and you can see once I get this on just how different they look stickered and unstickered.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now these beam part effects things, they're pretty simple to put together, but you have to sticker here as well. Like, they don't give you red parts, and these stickers are like quite big. They're quite an odd shape because they're meant to go around the entire thing. Oh. So you have to be really careful, line them up properly. And I'll pull this off here. You can see they even have the hollow there that's meant for this thing as well. So I only stickered up one of them instead of both. And it kind of plugs into the back here, like so. It's meant to stay on there. And I've actually got the next set here. You can see it just kind of clips in there. Then you'll close it up. There you go. Now, you're not done when you get this far, of course, stickers, but even after that, you still got weapons. So I'm not going to build those, but I'll kind of show you, like, the weapons are actually kind of cool. Look at the size of the parts there.
Oh, that's
He's going to have these huge giant weapons as well. And because this guy's meant to be in all kind of action poses, you're given the stand, Here's the stand.
It's quite a sizable stand.
Yeah, it's sturdy. This one's really sturdy. I wish they had stands this big in some other HG kits that we get. And of course, you're going to get all the different hands and stand attachments. And even these flare parts, which you will be able to attach to this guy.
Wow.
When he's flying around. Like this is a weapon. This is cool, eh? Can you see that?
That is cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. Hadn't really paid much attention to the weapons from the Valvrave kit until I pulled out this runner, and I realized, wow, this has got a lot of stuff in here. Like,
yeah.
He's gonna kick some ass, this guy. So there's a brief look at the Valvrave, of course. This is the first one, maybe the easiest one, because some of the newer Valvraves have those huge, arms like that yellow guy. And so we'll look forward to what else they have.
Actually, talking about Valvrave, and before you mentioned the Chara Hobby event, now you went there. Do you want to fill us in?
Oh yeah, this past weekend was the Chara Hobby 2013 event. I always hate pronouncing that because it's spelled in English like character, which is
Chara.
Character, which would be spelled Chara because you cut off the last half of the word. But in Japanese, it's Chara. So I went to the Chara Hobby 2013 event, and that generally revolves around anime characters, character hobby, and it had a lot of like. There's some cosplay sections and things like that. A lot of different characters, a lot of gashapon type things. But they did have model kits, and Bandai did have a section there. So I saw some good stuff, some new upcoming stuff, and even a prototype of the Master Sazabi Ver Ka. Yeah, they did actually have a prototype there of the MG Sazabi Ver Ka, and even though it was a prototype, it's all white and it's still kind of rough, very, very rough. It did look awesome.
Now at the Chara Hobby event, do they often show like
they do.
prototypes?
They do. It's kind of in between. Like you'll see the November release prototype at the Chara Hobby show sometimes, and we were lucky to see the Strike Freedom R Real Grey RG. That was there too, but we had previously seen that at the Gundam from Tokyo. They did have one there a few weeks ago. So the Sazabi was the big thing. Nobody had ever actually seen a physical piece of it before, and there it was kind of staring at us. And it's massive. Are you excited? It's a monster. I'm very excited after seeing it. I'm more excited than I was before.
Oh, okay.
And now they also had, like I mentioned, the Strike Freedom. So let's talk about that. So the Strike Freedom, it's kind of not your standard real grade. Yeah. When you think about it, like it's so much bigger than anything that the Bandai's produced before, and that's actually reflected in the price as well.
Oh, what's the price?
Well, the price is the Bandai recommended price is 3,000 yen.
Okay, that's
and all other real grades are 2,500 yen, except for the Zeta.
Okay.
That Zeta was its own animal. It was 3,000 yen as well because they had to use a different type of frame, and there was a lot of plastic involved because it transformed. And it looks like the Strike Freedom is similar, as it's going to have the same kind of frame, but it's going to be molded in gold. It's not going to be just the normal.
Oh yeah. It looks actually that gold
frame.
Looks really
it's going to be. It's going to be able to bend and move like the RG frame, but it's going to be molded in gold. And on top of that, you have all the Dragoons and all that massive backpack. So there's a lot of plastic in there. So 3,000 yen it's appropriate price, I think. And there's also going to be some extra additional parts that they're throwing in, like the Dragoons have their effect parts and things like that. But because the price is already 3,000 yen, it looks like Bandai is going to save those and release those later on their online shop. Okay. So unfortunately, a lot of people won't be able to get them. But I think it's probably a better idea to release it at a lower price and let as many people get it as they can than to release a higher price and put people out of the market for it.
We're going to get a lot of questions though about the extra.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Yeah, people do want that stuff. We also saw the upcoming in the next couple of weeks. They have the Master Grade Strike Rouge. That was there too. The Strike Rouge, as we expect. The Rouge. For the most part, it's the L Strike RM all over again. But that backpack is completely different. It's totally new. We've never assembled anything like it before. So people who think that it's just kind of a recycled Ale Strike, it's not. That backpack makes it a whole new kit. So we'll see that in a couple weeks. We'll bring it on the show. And actually in that corner of the booth, they also had the HG gold frame. Now the gold frame, Amatsara, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's this is an HG kit, and you can see that it's got all these. Yeah, you can see it's got all that gold parts on there. Now it looks like, because this is an HG kit and they got to keep it at a lower price. I think it's less than 2,000 yen. That the gold is going to be the kind of that off yellow type color. Yeah. They can't do an extra finish on a kit like this with this much gold without making it twice the price. So, but it does look like it's going to be really fun to build, and even those big wings on its back are able to expand out.
And you could spray the gold runners with proper gold.
I mean, you can just get out some Tamiya gold or some Mr. Hobby gold, and you'd be able to do a pretty good job on it on its own. Now, from here, we also saw the Gundam Build Fighter stuff, which I want to talk about, and also the upcoming HG that are announced at the same time. So let's talk about the normal HG. First one I want to talk about is the HG version of the F91. Now, when you look at the shots they had of the kit at the show, when you actually saw it, because it's small, you know it's an HG. Yeah. But it looks fantastic. Like, the MG kit is now several years old, and it's maybe showing its age. And you compare the new HG F91 with the MG 91, the HG looks great. Like, I can't wait for this kit to come in. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And I think I spent more time in front of the F91 HG kit than I did in front of the Sazabi.
What's the ETA on these guys?
It's coming, I think it's October or November.
Okay.
It's a fall release. It looks really good. It's going to have like the beam shield and the effect parts. And the F91, a lot of people, they don't know too much about this anime because it's kind of a one-off, one-episode thing. But for people who are fans of the suit, this HG definitely does it justice. And to go along with that, they also have the Victory Gundam, which is similar in size. It also looked great. Like, HGs are looking so good now. And of course the mass-grade version of the Victory transforms and all that other stuff. So it's quite the build. But the HG looks like it's going to be pretty simple. It looks like it's going to come with a core fighter as well.
Really? Core fighter?
But I don't think it's going to transform at all.
Okay.
It'll be on its own. They had it off to the side.
Yep.
And it will come with the big beam shield that everybody knows from the anime, of course. All right, now I didn't even know this little mashup existed. This is the Wing Gundam Finesse. I don't know how you pronounce it. At first I read it Fence, but there's an I in there. It's Finesse, I guess. And I gotta say, it looks really good. Now, maybe I've said before, the idea of the Gundam Build Fighters in general doesn't appeal to me.
Well, there's been a lot of people saying it's a bit kiddie.
Well,
does this change in your mind? Or?
No, I don't think. I think it's still kiddie. I think the anime is aimed at a younger audience, and I think they're just taking Gundam and doing what they did with Dunball Senki, LBX. It's basically the same thing. But it does mean that they are able to come up with some new ideas, some suit ideas, or to combine suits that are fan favorites and see what they can do. And some of them look really good. They did have the Finesse, which I don't even think is on our site yet. Yep. And they did have the Mark II. Everybody likes the Mark II. They did have a version of that one here. We've got a picture of it here. But it's looking like maybe we need to keep a closer eye on the Gundam fighters than we anticipated, because it's not just a Zaku with a backpack or something like that. It looks like we're going to see some pretty good-looking kits, and if they make them of the same quality that they're making the new HG kits, they're going to look really good. And in that corner of the booth, along with the Wing Gundam Finesse, they did have the Wing Gundam Proto. Wing Gundam Zero Proto.
People are quite excited by that.
I'm actually really excited about it too. After seeing it, they had two versions of it. They had it in its mobile suit form, and they had it transformed. And it looks like it's going to be able to, transform without any part switching. It's also going to be able to hold on to those two giant rifles. Rumor is that they've designed special type of hands to work with those rifles. I don't know if it's going to be similar to what we've seen with the finger swapping with the H kits, which are really solid, or with some of the wing kits, which weren't as solid. But it looks like he's, the pose they had him in, he's able to hold his guns. And the proportions and the colors and everything looks really good. And maybe the coolest thing at the show, Ryan, wasn't a model kit, but it was a car. They had the Zeonic Toyota Auris, so it's basically the Toyota hybrid car, just made up as like a Char's outfit. Cool. Char's car. It had model numbers all over it. It had a special emblem that they made, that's a cool combination of Toyota and the Xeon emblem. And it's all decked out inside as well. It looked kind of like a cockpit with these different lightings and stuff. And you could actually order one there if you're prepared to spend those tens of thousands of dollars. You could get one. Or they actually had a little rock, paper, scissors game going on every few hours where you could win like a die-cast version of it, or even a HG kit in the colors of the car kind of thing. It's actually really cool. I think
you could buy this.
I think you could order it. Yeah, they had two there, and you could just basically place an order for one. And it's last year. That's the cool
thing about Japan.
I know they go overboard. The 2012 they did have this kind of same thing, but it was just kind of a launch, like they didn't actually go into production. I guess they're in production now, so they had the two full vehicles there. And
nice interior trim. It's well done.
It looks really cool. Like there's no mistaking that you're supposed to be driving around a big mobile suit or something like that. Yeah, it was really cool. All right, so anybody out there, if you want a Toyota Gundam, Toyota, give Toyota a call. If you're in Japan, do it quickly because they're going to raise the sales tax. It's going to cost more money. But yeah.
It's amazing that in Japan
cool.
you can actually sell like a fully decorated car.
Stuff like that sells. Like at the booth I saw the cosplay guys and the Gundam nerds all staring at this car. But you see people in business suits and stuff like that. People seem that maybe they have a little bit more available cash than a lot of the other cosplayers and stuff like that are attending. And maybe some of them had ordered that
some
car.
of those business guys grew up with Gundam for 30 years.
Exactly.
So they have
They
money.
were kids. Now they're rich seller men or executives. And
If we see one on the street, we'll get a photo.
Yeah, I'll ask to drive it.
Drives like a Gundam.
That's right. All right, so we can do questions now.
Yes, let's do questions. Okay, next is from YouTube, Lucas Days. Question: what brand is the primer? I think we use Tamiya, yeah?
We use a Tamiya surface primer, just a regular surface primer, not the white.
Does a car primer work on plastic?
It
Probably.
Yeah, it can. You gotta.
Well, cars are
Car
different
primer
kind
is
of
meant to go
plastic.
on metal though. Like your
okay.
best bet is to get something specific for plastic and avoid taking any kind of risks.
Yeah. Also, you guys work in Japan. Like, this was the weirdest question. I thought everyone knew we worked in Japan.
That's why we're HobbyLink Japan.
Yeah, we're here in Japan in the rice fields reporting live.
That's right.
I could have sworn you guys just
Attending
export from JP, but work outside of it. Lol, regardless, great episode.
No, sorry, Lucas. We are in Japan.
That's why we get stuff early.
That's why we get stuff early sometimes. This is why we can go to these events and get these pictures and video and images. And yeah.
And when would you have a South African and a Canadian together?
Never.
It wasn't Japan, you know. Next.
It's like the middle ground.
Gaudi. I've no doubt that Ryan will pawn painting on the sprues.
He will own. He will pwn.
Pwn.
He will pwn painting
As in
on the
gaming,
sprues.
as poning, not pawning as
Ponage?
in pawn.
Yeah,
I won't be doing
you.
porn on the sprues. Welcome back, you guys. With rules have been getting to me. Just finished watching every episode a few days ago. Good on you, mate.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
This is funny. Does Ryan know he's a badass, or do you guys have to remind him? They have to remind me daily.
I remind him occasionally, but I leave out the word bad.
Also said, how do you feel about North American spray cans for those of us that are having trouble tracking down Tamiya or Mr. Hobby stuff? I.e. Krylon Prime instead of waiting 2 weeks to get a can of Tamiya.
As long as it's meant for plastic or modeling,
good.
should be good.
Yeah.
But then again, because I don't use that stuff, because I'm not in America, I don't have direct experience with it. So your best bet is to go on a modeling forum and say, guys in America, how
I'm
do you
an
use
American.
this? I have nothing against Americans. Some of my good friends are Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Two of my friends happen to be American.
Out of how many? But yeah, we don't know anything about American spray cans.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All we
Somebody
know
wants to
is
try and
shake
send us
them
one.
well.
Yeah.
Robert Brian Silang Po. Just wanted to ask where I can buy the magazines and how much it is. I've always wanted to buy the magazines. Is it available in Philippines? I mean, you can buy them from us, or we sold it out.
HLJ.com.
Yeah,
for the most
HLJ.com.
part, we do have enough of the Hobby Japan Denkeki Hobby magazines. However, like the last issue, when they throw in that whole little plastic model attachment, those tend to sell out pretty quickly.
Yeah,
but you can still pre-order them and get yours kind of stored away, so when it arrives, you can get it.
Yeah, that magazine got a lot of love last week, actually.
Oh, it's cool. Gives you free Plamo, right?
Free Plamo. Next is Neon Wave 1. We know this guy. I always like to think that the graveyard in the back is where Scott buries his employees who don't work. Also, I came with the name for the Kid Bash. The Shenanjaa Cube. How does that sound?
Yeah, Shenanjaa's all right. Actually, we had several suggestions for a name.
Here's some more. Zero Sanoku. The MX-009 Shenanjaa Cube.
Shenanjaa Cube.
The Stein Cube.
Shenanjaa Cube.
Stein Cube.
Stein Cube. Yeah, that's kind of cool, the cube part of it.
Sinanli. From Merchant
I like
Ghost.
It, but I don't think it works.
Sinan Q.
Sinan Q.
Another one from Philip on the blog. Stan Lee, as in Stanley. Like Stein Lee, but pronounced Stanley. That's pretty good.
Or Stan Lee, the guy from Marvel.
Yeah.
Whatever. Greetings, fellow believers.
Any names there excite you, Sid?
I kind of like something to do with the Q. Seems everybody has chosen to use the Shenanjaa part of it first and then the Queble for a second. We'll see if somebody can mix it up and do the
Give us your...
or something like that. Come
up with some names and we'll apply it. Something good.
Yeah. Every kit needs a nickname. Every kit bash needs a nickname.
Final question.
Yeah.
Orange Zaku 1 on Gunpla TV. Sid and Ryan, I'm torn between two kits to do for playing with Plamo competition.
Okay.
Which do you prefer, a custom paint Zaku R1A or a custom paint 00 Gundam 7 sword.
They're both model kits. You're both custom painting them. I mean, so it all
So,
depends.
yeah, it's up
Can
to
you
you.
do a better job on the Zaku than you can do on the Gundam 00? Maybe you need to go with the Zaku.
And do remember, you can kind of post multiple kits in progress on the blog.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have final entry, so you can do both.
Yeah,
and then
just
decide which
choose
is
one at the
working for
end.
you.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, cool. So just to remind everyone, we have a
Yeah.
Facebook, we have a blog, we have the competition.
Yeah.
Enter,
Yeah.
check out
Lots
our
of
groups.
time. Lots of time.
Anything else, YouTube?
Yeah, we got YouTube coming up. In the next month, I think, maybe October.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be seeing the Tokyo Model Show,
Yes, we will.
and then the next month after that, the dates have been announced. And there's going to be the Gunpla Expo,
Yep.
third week in November,
Mm-hmm.
and around that time is all the good Plamo coming out. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to show. But in the next few weeks, in the near future, of course, Ryan's gonna be painting the Nutcracker.
Rusting
And
it up.
I'm gonna be making a mess of the name and the models of my St. Andrew / Quebele kit bash,
Rebel.
along with whatever else we can throw in front of the camera.
Sweet.
All right, so look forward to those.
See you guys.
See you later.